was testing me for the insight practices, he recognized that I was, in fact, a forest monk and had that as a meditational value. And he sent me to Chiang Mai, and the forest monks there.
Right.
And your recommendation that I go to Wat Sabcha Om and recondition those caves is a truly inspired consideration on your behalf. I want to thank you from deep down about that. I lived in a cave in Superstition Mountains in Arizona off and on for a number of years.
Oh,
How's
that?
Caves are great. They are friendly in a meditational sense. But historically, the Buddha, for the 6-year period, actually lived in a cave himself.
Right.
It's a few kilometers up the river from Bodh Gaya.
Yeah.
And I was able to sit in that cave in 1980 and appreciate.
I've been there.
Yeah, it's a different. Cave meditations are different.
Yeah.
The two components that cave meditations have is it's dark and it's quiet.
Yeah.
And the quiet in a cave is different than just a quiet room. It's almost as if the quiet in a cave is oppressive, and it just presses out the busyness and the fuzziness in your mind until your mind discovers its own quietness, and that quiet quality contributes to meditational experience in very helpful ways. And the caves, because they're deep in the earth, have a natural influence on you without being contrived. For example, a temple is contrived. It's a built building. A cave is just a cave. It's just a hole in the ground.
In which way you would like to welcome as you mentioned about the Western practitioner or Western meditator, they want to practice meditation in the cave. How you can organize this?
Well, certainly that's the problem, is how to organize it. Right now we're looking at how to recondition the caves in such a way that they're more comfortable from a Western point of view.
Right.
We're not turning this into a hotel, but there are conveniences and expectations that Western people would have so that they are not distracted by things, conditions that maybe the Asian monk would not be concerned about.
Yeah.
I think it's just polite to go ahead and pay attention to those concerns, solve them, and so that it's not an issue for the beginner.
Right.
It's just less distracting. I think it'll certainly take some resources and work, maybe a couple of years,
I know.
to go ahead and recondition these very ancient caves, and wonderful caves. And the old Buddhist statues there are help in appreciating the endurance that cave meditations have had for the last, certainly 2,500 years, but probably much longer than that.
I see. So what you would like to say something to the audience about your cave, about your plan?
Well, I simply have chosen that and have the opportunity,
right,
thanks to you, that cave meditation is merely an aspect of your spiritual journey. It's not the enlightened moment that one might hope for, but it does help you experience or augment your meditational skillfulness or skillful means, such that you can appreciate that enlightened moment when you reach it, and not distracted by things that don't matter.
Right.
So I feel that this is a stepping stone for anyone during their spiritual pilgrimage. And I think it's an essential stepping stone to help them appreciate let's call it the mystery practices. I understand that Therapeuts have a tendency to not appreciate the number of steps it takes for a very clear insight practice. It turns out that these kinds of meditational experiences are unavoidable, and they needed to be appreciated and put into perspective.
Right.
And that's what cave meditations does, is to help you appreciate these steps, but recognize these steps are only steps on your journey and not the finished, let's say, plateau or perspective that you'll be expected to achieve.
Right.
But ignoring them is also not a good idea, because what happens is if you don't acknowledge these psychic and meditational experiences, they can be distracting in inappropriate ways.
Right.
So I hope that I may be able to make a contribution in that regard.
So I bless you and wish you, a success in this, project or in this plan. I think will be the first start with that area is a sanctuary, sanctuary for the, Buddhists around the world, not just only, Western Buddhists or even Eastern Buddhists, Thai Buddhists, or any Buddhists, or even non-Buddhists, right? If they want to seek for the spirituality, the spiritual people, they can approach there and to study. I think very good idea, for you to do that, because most of, I think is in our world population, more than half, they are non-belief, religious believer. So that's why I think this group of people, they still, need required spirituality, but sometimes they don't need, rationality. But that's why spirituality, but through Buddhist, but Buddhist non-sectarian, as you want to do, I think it's a good idea to help them with their, solution of their own problem. So I think it's the audience, they are, viewing us, so they appreciate for your merit, for your great merit. We would like to help you to, with your leading, leadership about this. That's a spiritual leadership as a character of the Bodhisattva to help, or even the pioneer. I think you can be the pioneer of Buddhism, especially Thai Buddhism, to help the local monks, the local Buddhists, to, realize themselves what exactly Buddhism is in present situation. They can survive, they can, we like a kind of provide a stage for the spiritual, seeker, or even the some they want to learn more about spirituality. Yes, it's okay with that, and people would appreciate. And also I think it's another thing at that area, there's a cave area, beautiful Buddha, and also inside. And next maybe it can be like people, they can go for Thai local people, they can go there and to pay respect when they see your conduct, they see your, behavior, daily life, and then they can enjoy, they can next they can join meditation, start with you, leadership, as I mentioned. So I think it's very interesting to have this idea. But on the other hand, if after we have a plan, or it's drawing, right, and then we can tell some people to help us with this, and even the audience, they are looking, they are watching, they can help us with some sponsor, some budget,